YouTube, doing a little bit different video today. And if you've not watched me before, traditionally I do biking videos of me just out at the skate park or me in the woods or looking at some bikes or whatever. But today we're going to look at some of my art, and that includes some paintings like this one here, which I would say are finished, but art's never really finished. But anyway, let's get into some of the art. So this here, this lovely thing in front of me here, is actually my portfolio, and that we will get to later in the video. But first, we're going to look at some older sketches, and I will go through the pile of stuff just over here. Most of the stuff that I've done that's in this book is going to be painted with India ink, as well as done with just like felt tip markers and stuff like that. The style of art that you'll be seeing is similar to tattoos. What I was trying to do previously, and by previously I mean last year, I've always had this in the back of my head, I wanted to become a tattoo artist, so I did start drawing in the tattoo style. Now, there are some things in this, like this guy right here, that are more finished, and they were in my portfolio, but they're not in there now. This kind of sits in a drawer. I haven't revamped this in a while, because like I was saying, I've been out of it for a minute or two, so I gotta get back into it. So let's start with some of the older drawings. These here, those blank pages, these are my weird plants. And yeah, this was back when I first started drawing again, like 2-3 years ago now, when I was in Toronto and I was transiting to and from work. I had time to sketch in a little book. I had a little red book or black book the size of this. What should I get into first? One of my favorite drawings from these books is this one here, as you can see on the phone that I'm filming up there, as well as I'll show the GoPro. The good times are killing me. That is a Modest Mouse song. I actually have it tattooed on my ribs right here as well. I just kind of love that line. I liked Tim Burton quite a lot as well, so this is kind of similar to his style of drawing. Now, obviously, it's not nearly as refined. It's not colored. It's just kind of a quick little sketch that I did, and I didn't care too much about how it ended up turning out. But just to give you an idea of where I was at versus where I am now, even though I haven't really done much of this in the last little while. So, one of my favorites right there. And then we'll get into the weird plants. So I'll go kind of quickly through these because I do have more to show you guys, and I don't want this to be a super long video. I want this video kind of just to come out and give me some more motivation to get back into art and into drawing and sketching and all that other kind of fun stuff. I've been focusing too much on BMX, which if you haven't seen any of those videos, I'll link a little card up here so you can go check some of that stuff out. Weird plant number 1. Just a little flower head, person growing in a pot. Is what it is. So another one, skull flower. I like this one a lot too. I do like messing around with colored pencil and stuff like that, but as soon as I started doing the India ink, I kind of just started working in black and gray, as you'll see. So you saw those two. It's probably hard to see, but you can see there's little people on that one there, having a little breakfast or something, a little picnic. All twisted up with some birds and spiders and all that kind of fun stuff. Quite like music as well. I don't play enough of it, but yeah. This guy's kind of like a little piggy thing or something. I don't know. Again, these are just the weird plants. They're not meant to have any sort of direction. They're not based off anything. They're not referenced. Nothing like that. Anyway, that's it for the weird plants. Let's go on to some of these things. So stuff like this one here. This one here. I'm hoping you guys can see it on the iPhone. I hope it's clear enough. Kind of just done like, hey, why don't I draw a skull and just throw some India ink at the page and go from there. Now this one here, I actually believe I did a video on, and I will link that above here if I find it. I think it's still on my channel somewhere. So I have a little mannequin behind me there, which is currently in the dab position, because why not? Quite like this, but again, it's not very refined. I should probably do some more to it, or do another one. Because with India ink, you can't really erase anything. Once it's on there, you're done. So anyway, this one here Still attached to the tracing paper and the original drawing. Not completely finished, but don't be tempted. I am not tempted. Again, another one of those kind of skull drawings where it's, you know, why don't I draw a skull and just paint it just to get painting? Sometimes painting is actually more fun than the sketch and the lines and everything, but sometimes the lines are also super fun. So yeah, that little one there. I hope you guys can see all these. I don't know how well it's going to show up. The only girl I've ever loved was born with roses in her eyes. Another little graveyard type painting. Again, just to get something out. Little like bookmark type painting. Just some mountains where I'd rather be. So these ones are a little bit more finished than the ones there. But again, they could probably use a little bit more work and redrawing and scaling and, you know, reference and all that kind of stuff. So here we just have skull with horns and impossible diamonds. Not a 3D impossible diamond, just a 2D impossible diamond. More girls, more flowers. You'll see a fair amount of these style of drawings as I go through the rest of the stuff here. Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. If I was to want to continue on, I'd probably actually just redo this because there's a lot about this that I don't really like. There's some things I like about it, but it's not dark enough. It's not that contrasty. It's very flat. It needs to have more black. Can't go wrong with more black. And here we have a better image. As you can tell, the contrast from one to the other here. Get this stuff out of the way. This has a lot more pop to it because it's just a lot darker and a lot whiter. This one here is more of the high contrast sort of imagery. Here we have a Siamese cat. I would like to redo this. I usually get to a point and I'm like, I can't do any more on this right now, so I usually put it aside. I just never go back to it. Anyway, on to the next. Again, another girl and a flower. Doesn't seem like it's finished. It feels like it could have some more things done throughout here, a little bit more black. But anyway. Hand and a rose. Now I did too much black on the hand here. Because with India ink, you can't subtract, you can only add. And once something gets too dark, it just is too dark. You have to redo it. So that was, you know, the older and newer relevant stuff. We'll get to this here in a minute. I just want to see if there's anything else around me that I can show you guys quickly. Well, I didn't realize I don't really have anything else in the drawers there. I have a lot of stuff on top. I'm not going to bother with that stuff. If you guys want to see some of that stuff, go check my Instagram, @BrokenCivilian. You'll see a lot of my older sketches and stuff like that that won't be included in this video. They'll be deep down in Instagram though, because I have been out of it for a while. I've been focusing a lot more on the bike stuff, a lot more on the YouTube stuff as well, so I haven't really had the time or motivation to do more of the art. So let's get to the portfolio, because I know that's what you guys are waiting for. Maybe. Let's get to it. So, first page. Again, gypsy flowers. Can't really go wrong. Unless you don't know how to draw people, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. We have another impossible diamond. This one's a girl with antlers though. A little bit more color, and as this goes on, you'll see that the images have some sort of similarity between the two. Like these two both have. Anyway, we got a rose on this side. So I went from a flower to a skull, but these are black and gray. Basically, they're just black India ink, water, and the paper. Not a lot to say about these. I'm not great at talking about myself or talking about my own art or anything like that. Kind of hard to talk about. I don't have any grand plans. Like, they're not political, they're not any of that. They're just something that I thought would look cool. Got some color here, we got more color here, so that's again the continuity between each and every page. Skull dagger kind of thing, and then we go into a very subtly colored anchor here. And as well as we have the swallow here with the little slight banner, slight coloring, some little dot. Some like color theory type imagery here. I mean, not really color theory, just color splashes, vibrance, etc., etc. Rose by any other name. Again, roses, flowers, eyes, skulls, all that stuff is very fun to draw. You have quite a lot of leeway with it. They don't have to be perfect. They can be very stylized. It's not like you're drawing someone's portrait where if you're wrong, you're wrong. Got another eye. As you can tell, we're going back into the black and gray. These ones had some color here, so we'll color black and gray into more black and gray. I feel like I'd probably take these out now. I've got some other images that are a little bit better. So this here is actually a lithograph, and I do have the paper, or I do have the block around here. Just give me 1 second. This is what a lithograph is, or unmounted linoleum as it says on the back. Basically, you just take some tools and you cut it out. So what I did to do this was I drew it on there, cut it, and then printed it. These are fun to do, they just take a long time. I've got some more, again, on the Instagram, link in the bio or description down below. You can find more images like that one there. More flowers, because who doesn't love flowers? I like this one quite a lot. So here we actually have the 3D Impossible Diamond. And then we have a fly as the finishing piece of my portfolio. So that's just my quick little intro, I guess, to my art world. I've got a lot more stuff around me here in my little art room that if you guys want to see, I'd be happy to show you. Just let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, show me your drawings. I mean, if you want to follow me on Instagram, like I said, @BrokenCivilian, you can see all these drawings as well as any of the bike stuff that I'm doing now, whether it's mountain biking, BMX. Just give you a little bit of insight into what I did before I started doing YouTube. So while you're here, don't forget to watch another video, which I'll link some around here somewhere. There'll be a subscribe button just up here. There'll be more videos. You know, watch some, get invested. Let me know what you think about this stuff. And yeah, peace out, guys.